on Tap-In Radio.
Tea with MiraB, hot, the hottest tea. Tea with MiraB, hot, the hottest tea. Okay.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl MiraB, and I hope you guys have missed me because I have missed you guys so much more. It's been 3 years, and today to start off my show, I have with me
Shayla
and Rebecca. Hey y'all.
Yes, from Becky and the Block. You guys know there's one mission here on Team MiraB, and that is for Jersey, to support Jersey. But before we do that, we gotta spill the tea, because Tea with MiraB always spills the hottest tea.
Okay.
All right.
And snappy it. All right. Poetry.
So let's start it off here, y'all. Let's talk about Halle Berry. Did y'all hear about Halle Berry?
I did not.
So you want to film me in.
Let me get long story short. So basically, Halle Berry, she took on a transgender role. She was supposed to play a transgender male. And she got backlash, not because she got the role, but more so because in an interview, Halle Berry kept referring to the character as it. So she kind of like misused the pronouns of the character and kept referring to the character as she and her rather than using him, he. So people where she was under a lot of backlash for that. And then on top of that, Halle Berry also, she put out a statement later on after receiving the backlash. She put out a statement and basically apologized, and then she removes herself from the role. So what do you guys think?
Well, my first comment is, I always hated when they like would cast certain people of a certain role when you could have like those people that actually fit and show the role.
Right.
So it's like when they need like a black woman and they'll put like some tan girl and darken her skin with contour and everything like that. It's just like, why do that when you can cast the people who will actually fit the role? Mm-hmm. If the role asks for a specific person, why not find that person?
Right.
So,
because there's actors out there who...
And also the fact that she is part of the minority community. So I'm pretty sure growing up she felt like, oh, I could have been casted for this role, right? Like she grew up in the industry, or she's a part of the industry, right? She understands how hurtful it could be to have somebody that's actually white play a black female's part.
Exactly.
So why would you think that it'd be okay or any different just because it comes, like it's a transgender role? Like it's still the same thing.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Question, when you say, like, I'm not all up with the terms, and that's terrible on my part, so when you say transgender male, that's a female turning into a male or a male turning into a female?
That's a good question, because actually I was into the same thing. I was wondering, but I believe because of the context of the backlash, I'm believing that it is a transgender male is a woman who turns into a female, or it goes through the process to become a female.
So why aren't they cast Laverne Cox?
I think that would have been perfect.
Perfect.
I think that would have been perfect.
That fits the role. Man.
Literally.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole issue. That's why people are mad, because like you said, it's not a lack of people. It's not like, oh, there's only one transgender female in the world.
Right.
There's plenty.
Right.
So it's I guess they didn't maybe do enough digging, enough searching to find somebody.
I don't think that they didn't do enough searching.
Maybe they just didn't care.
I think they just did not care.
Halle Berry, like you know the name.
Exactly, and my thing is, like I know in movies everything's on budget. So I mean, don't get me wrong.
Halle Berry ain't gonna come out.
But my thing is, that's what I'm saying. So like, I mean, obviously people should get paid the same. But if you gotta pay for Halle Berry, who has to pretend to fit the character of this role, and pay Laverne Cox, who might take lesser for that role,
she's not gonna take lesser.
But I'm saying they're not gonna tell her how much she was gonna.
No, I think that's just a problem in the media industry, period. As someone, like, you know, we went to school, our majors are communications, and you see the process that you are supposed to go through. It's not just, oh, well, I wake up today and I want Halle Berry to be part of my role. They had plenty of meetings. Exactly, but they also had plenty of meetings talking about it, figuring out the role, what you're going to do in that role. So for it not to ever click, like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be that,
that's
kind of
different.
different.
Media training. I feel like doesn't every entertainer go through some sort of media training? But that's what I'm saying.
But also, my problem is, you ever see like all these like all these companies get backlash for doing something, and it's just like, who is on your team to not question any of this? Because us looking in, it's like common sense clicks. Like, why would you do that? Why would you say
when
this?
you said that, it reminded me of the whole Pepsi Cola commercial.
Yeah, like
I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was basically Pepsi made a commercial And in the commercial, they were
With
talking
Kendall,
about,
right?
with
Yeah, that's
Kendall
what I'm
Jenner, with police brutality, and they literally were like, oh, drink a Pepsi, and like everything was
Exactly.
resolved.
Exactly.
Like,
That
Like none of this clicks in anybody's
how did this
mind.
even air out? Mind you, it's not a small company. Pepsi has the money, the people. And even Kendall Jenner herself, that whole family loves to claim the black community. We love them so
Claim.
much.
The girl wants to be.
Exactly, they make money. They make
live by
money
the
from
culture.
it.
Exactly.
So this never clicked. You never. Oh, so when I see a
So-
police officer, I'm gonna hand them a Pepsi and everything.
Exactly.
So you kind of answered my question. I was saying, should we fault the celebrity?
But my thing
course.
is, people know already. Like, people should, it's like any decision you make, you would think that you think about it before you make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes to like things like Kenzel, I would have looked at them when they were like, all right, and I want you to go hand the cop the Pepsi. Because I would look at them like,
And what is that supposed to prove? Like, what is that supposed to
I would
prove?
start
But
asking
it's also
questions.
money. Some
Exactly.
people like that's
But my
their
thing
job.
is,
So it's like
that's
morals or money. You have to
No,
make
I
that
think
decision.
it's common sense.
Yeah.
It's like, are you
You
more
think
worried
it's
about
common sense,
Because,
but clearly
well,
it's not.
You know, I feel like, once you become rich, it's like common sense
Yeah.
goes out the door, morals go out the
It's
door.
And
more
the
about
people,
the point.
you're always surrounded by yes men. Like, oh, if maybe she texted her
Yes,
friend
yes,
and was
yes.
like, oh my god, I just got this role. And they're like, oh, I'm so happy for you. But if you're my friend, especially you're part of the media, you grew up in this,
Right.
you understand how
Right.
hurtful this could be.
Right.
I will clock you. I'll be like,
Right.
oh, well,
Exactly. You
Did
need
you-
those people on your squad that's gonna be like, I don't know.
maybe you shouldn't.
Just
do
on
it.
her part, she should have further educated herself. If she knew she was taking a role like this, she should have known that, okay, maybe I should have someone who is trans to talk
Right.
about the pronouns, the correct
Yes.
pronouns.
Yeah, like,
And
study.
yeah, that's all it takes. If you have
I mean,
a
and
role
maybe
for
she
it.
did study, but even if it's like, I still don't care. Like, as a Latina, I wouldn't, even if a white female study, like, she
Exactly.
has a bachelor's degree on, like, I don't care.
But my thing is
Let
also,
someone that's part of the
when it
community
comes
be
to
that.
learning about the LGBTQ plus community, the first thing you learn is pronouns.
Right.
That's the first thing you learn. Because I have a transgender friend. And I remember when we first met him on campus, like, we kept slipping up and saying her. You know, and it's like, I was getting used to it. Like, I'm just like, this is not what I'm used to. So it's not until one day, we're sitting there talking. I'm like, I don't want you to think that I'm messing up on purpose to be ignorant. I just want to let you know that I'm trying. And he was like, yeah, I understand. Like, now today, like, he, him, that's all the pronouns I use because
You're knowledgeable now.
Yeah,
and that's
like,
what
not
it
even
takes to
knowledgeable. Like,
educate yourself.
you push yourself into that mindset. You push that mindset onto yourself.
You must.
And it's just like doing that whole, like what you said, educating yourself and doing all that. It doesn't even matter because at the end of the day,
You're not
don't
supposed to
fit
be
the
that.
role.
Yeah.
Like, you don't fit the role. And it's like, you've had other people who've like said, oh, I'm not going to do this role because I know it doesn't fit me. I'm not going to do this role because I know the backlash that I
And
can
she
get.
isn't new to the industry. Like, if she was
She's
new,
56
okay,
or something.
maybe. But
She's
you're
a
not
legend.
new.
She's
Let's
a
say
legend.
she's
Exactly.
the first Academy Award winner. So
Since
Black
she
woman,
is a legend, she's been part of this industry. She should know more
better.
than anyone how hurtful that could be.
Absolutely, referring to someone as it. That's very
And it, like, if they're not even a person.
exactly.
Like, that's
and that's
hurtful.
what the issue was.
Because even when people be like, yeah, that female, you be looking like, who
That-
are you talking to? Who, that
Especially
female?
the transgender community as is already gets backlash. So you getting money from our people, right? From transgender, you're getting paid for this and you don't even have the decency to categorize us as people. What? That's
Who's it?
right.
Catch me outside and see what it
But
gets
like you said, you
Like,
said she let the role go, right?
She let the role go. So she put out a statement. I'm going to read it to you guys.
But it's like also, I don't like the blanket apologies. It's always an apology.
Well, let's
You're
read. Let's
always
see if
sorry.
it was a
Let's
blanket.
She said, over the weekend, I had the opportunity to discuss my consideration of an upcoming role as a transgender man, and I'd like to apologize for those remarks. As a cisgender woman, I now understand that I should not have considered this role and that the transgender community should undeniably have the opportunity to tell their own stories. I am grateful for the guidance and critical conversation over the past few days, and I will continue to listen, educate, and learn from this mistake. I vow to be an ally in using my voice to promote better representation on screen, both in front of and behind the camera.
Well, I'm glad to know her PR team wrote that because she definitely did not. She did not take the time to write that. I hate these blanket apologies because it doesn't mean anything to me.
You know whose PR team could have did better? Doja Cat's. I just want to say, but
maybe she don't even have that.
That's an all-day conversation because I still go through with my friends about it today. Doja Cat, she still canceled on my book. But on to the next topic. Speaking of women, and our black women, let's hit on 50 Cent and Lil Wayne. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
If you didn't, let me, for you guys who may not have seen.
So the fire can ignite.
So I can say something real slick out.
We want to hear what our black men think of us.
And I look and I go, yo, this is why they get mad, they get angry. You see a lot of sisters, they go, oh, you fucking with this kind of girl or that kind of girl. That shit is exotic. Stupid. That shit look a lot different from the shit that you see in the neighborhood all the time. It looks like that shit look like it came off a boat, baby. You don't like that, motherfucker? You don't like that? You go, goddamn, what's the matter with you? It feels like something foreign. It feels like something that you can't just get. So in some kind of ways, it is interesting to explore. You know what I'm saying? But they get mad, they get angry. How did you end up with this motherfucker or this guy? I'm like, huh?
For real. They get real.
I just look at it like, oh, look at this. And then my instincts always makes me defensive. So I go, look at this angry black motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. You're trying to fuck up the whole vibe. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because you go, see what I'm saying? And I look.
Guys.
Okay, first of all, I need you to look up the definition of exotic because I'm about to tell you what the definition
First
of
of
exotic
all, all those
is.
bleep, 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 you could barely even understand what he's saying.
First of all, let's get into the first topic. When people say exotic, they automatically think of this light-skinned girl with blonde streaks coming down her hair.
Tell me about it.
Blue or green eyes, looking flawless and everything like that. Like she came out the water like she was H2O, a mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what exotic means. Exotic is someone who comes from a foreign country somewhere else. That's what exotic is. And the only reason why it says exotic, because when I think of exotic, I think about exotic animals. Exotic animals that come out of the forest and people see them like, oh my gosh, that's a never seen before seen animal.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't see somebody of from that specific country all the time, that's what they consider exotic.
But
that's not even the point for me.
Even before we even get to that, it's the fact that when men talk all this nonsense, they're like praised, right? But if a female ever says some type of thing like that about, oh, well, you're not exotic, then it would be a problem.
But you've never heard no man be claimed that. No man.
You know what you never hear? You never hear a black woman jump on social media and down black men. And honestly, I'm sick of hearing it. And I don't think that is funny.
We do hear it sometimes from, what's her name? Michelle. Michelle be going in.
What did she say?
Because there's times where she'll say to me, like,
but the point is, it's not at the same ratio, though. That's the point. Like,
no, the point is, no, because we're not condoning either party who puts down the other. But I'm sick and tired of seeing black women literally standing for black men every day. We hear about black men getting shot and killed in the media all the time, and we're the first ones on the forefront
trying to protect
all the time.
My biggest problem with what he said, and Lil Wayne over here condoning it too.
Laughing. You have a black daughter.
Right. And
did you forget?
And she tweeted about it too.
She did. She put out a response saying something about how she loves
she's
her
beautiful.
black
She
like
she's
black
beautiful,
females.
my black females, yada, yada, yada. But my problem is the most part is how people, it goes back to the stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing he started his sentence off with, they get mad. Every time it comes to black women, it's played as the angry black woman.
Right.
I'm sick of it.
And it's not about, people don't realize to be angry, you have to be passionate.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to be passionate, that it comes off as anger. So when black women get upset or passionate about something, we're seen as angry. But that's not what it is.
Why is that?
Because.
Why is that?
Why
honestly, it's just, I don't want to say history, but that's just the way, I don't want to bring American history, but that's just the way slavery, everything is deep rooted, right?
Of course.
The white female, anything but black was always seen as better. Mm-hmm. So of course it's the other. Well, if a white female does whatever she wants to do, they're not seen as crazy white females. I mean now, yeah, because I hopefully things stay this way. But before, if a white person, and even as a Latina, I'm pretty sure a black man would oh, that's exotic. Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm. But if a black female does it, then it's a problem.
Of course.
I'm just tired of people putting us in this negative light as if we are not the go-getters when it comes to situations. Look at us. Did you guys attend any protests?
Yes.
I went to a protest in Newark, and so many of my black women were out there, emotional, passionate, just tired of what's been going on in the recent events. And it's just sad to always see us on the forefront and we don't get the love back in return.
But my biggest problem, and I will continue to say this, is that, and we kind of talked about it on my own show. We talked about the difference between having a type and having a preference, right? My thing is, you can have a type, you can have a preference, but do not bash the people that fit outside of your type or preference.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that happens all the time. And like you said, you're a Latina. You know how many times I've heard guys say to me, I love a Spanish mommy. Then they get the Cardi B line, ain't no hot tamale, spicy mommy. Like they say that stupid thing. Just talk about my kids gonna come out real light skin, real cute.
It's very ignorant.
Exactly. Like my kids, they gonna come
as
out
if you didn't
Spanish.
come from a black woman. I don't understand. That's the main point.
How would you feel if a guy came to your mother and talked that nonsense? You would be mad, right?
Coming to my mother talking
or if
about.
you have a daughter and a black man tries to say, especially Lil Wayne, you have a black daughter.
But also,
so why are you laughing? And
you know what I realized?
Like, it's a joke.
I do realize
His
it's a lot of black men who say that. You look, I'll be like, so I remember my one friend, he said that. He's like, yeah, I love me a Spanish mommy, right? I said, can I see a picture of your mom? And he's like, excuse me? He got real offensive. I said, can I see a picture of your mom? He's like, why you need to see a picture of my mom? I was like, because you sitting there saying, I don't like dark-skinned women. I like my women Hispanic. I like them.
But don't get me, there's dark-skinned Spanish people too.
But I'm not saying. I'm saying from the black women, like from black women's perspective. I said, let me see a picture of your mom. He refused to show me a picture of his mom. I said, now. If your father, who is in your life, has said to your mother, I don't want to be with you because you are dark-skinned and I like a Spanish mommy, you would have had so much resentment over your father for leaving out of your life.
Absolutely.
So for you to sit there and think that you could just sit there and just comment on, oh, I like my women Latina, I like this. I don't like them dark-skinned. I like my women caramel. It's just like...
I don't understand.
You have a type. That's okay. You have a type, but that doesn't mean, like you said, we don't need to degrade anybody else because we are outside of your type. And I just don't understand black men. If you guys can help me understand, please go to MiraB at Instagram. At MiraB on Instagram, and please let me know, why do you guys degrade your own women? You're supposed to protect us, love us. Your mom is black. Your father is black. What's the issue?
I don't understand.
What's so hard?
And not to even like bring color into it, but I'm like, if you're white, I'm sorry, I don't discriminate. But what is so attractive about white? Like, what's cute about that? Like, not for nothing. Like,
but it's just like,
but like, what?
I like my men melanated. Like,
right?
I like melanated. I like what? I look at you and I see that skin glisten in the sun.
I love melanin. Are you kidding me?
Girl,
it just sucks.
I cannot look at no white man and he out here walking in the sun.
I'm just not
and
attracted
he look like
to
Larry the Lobster. Like,
and
why
that's
are
the
you
thing.
red?
I think it's a level of
it's
maturity.
Not even beauty, because at least again, we all like different things, but it's just like they're not even cute.
Like,
it's a level of maturity. I love me a black man, a young conscious king to be exact. Girl. But if he is not black, you don't see me walking around and saying, "Oh, this is about white people, that about Asians," and just degrading other races.
Right, it's fine
because
you like what you like, and I like what I like.
And why can't we just keep it there?
What's for you is for you, but if it's not for me, it's not for me. But I'm not gonna bash you on what you choose.
Okay. And that's the issue. That's what I want my young men to understand. So again, if you guys did not hear me, please help us out. We're trying to get into your mind. Hit us up at MiraB on Instagram and let us know some reasons why, or if you can help us justify it. Right. Why is it?
And like you were saying, they're like black females are the most caring, like the ride or die type of issue.
Always the one. You want to talk about angry black women?
I'm there. Oh. And sometimes they do have the right to be mad. What do you expect someone to just sit there chilling if you went out and cheated or if you did this?
Exactly.
They have the right to be mad.
But my thing is, back to the point you made
so
earlier. So
you want me to just sit here all the time, just relaxing?
But my thing is, back to the point I made earlier. Why is it when a Hispanic woman going, saying whatever she got to say to you, rolling in the tongues, doing everything, is that's spicy. That's
because she's speaking another language. And no shade, Shayla, but
I'll take
all shade and tea.
I got another language too. It's called Ebonics.
Girl, I speak Creole, so I can curse you out with this tongue too. What you want? What you want? But my thing is, don't sit there and say to me that it's cute and spicy, picante when she do that. But when a black girl do it, she angry. She's bitter.
I wish we had
mad.
someone to speak on that.
But it's just
I want to know.
I need to understand. I don't get it.
I don't need to
I'm sick of
understand.
it.
What I need you to do is to stop. I don't want to understand nothing. Stop it. Just
Absolutely.
cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
And there's also men that in your face they will tell you, oh no, I love black females, I do this. But behind closed doors, when they're with their boys, they're bashing right there with them. So
Girl.
it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
Don't clap and show me something when in reality, when I really need you to speak up,
I'll never
quiet.
forget when this one black man said to me, he's just like, I like my girl to look like she's kept. And I was like,
what does that mean?
Right.
Girl,
What is that?
You said
Hygiene?
I mean, I guess like
kept.
right?
So I was like, what do you mean kept? He's like, you see like Spanish girls, like they can wake up, their hair is so nice and curly. They take their hair out of the
My
bun.
hair does not wake up
And
nice
I'm
and
just
curly.
like, what does your mama's hair look like? Your grandma's hair look like? First of all, it's
when he
about
said
that,
Spanish girl's hair is
like
curly.
it's nice when it falls, and like when his kid, like when he has kids, he
That's
wants his
wrong.
kid's hair to be just
People
like
do that. Believe it or not, people like specifically date another race so that their kid can come out like
look in a
mixed
specific
or-
way, exactly.
Yeah.
And my thing is,
Corny.
it's just like, don't knock it like your father's hair too. Your father's hair growing to the ceiling.
Right.
with
Don't
the
forget
nice
where
little
you
fit.
came from.
Exactly.
It's stressful, honestly, because sometimes it can make you kind of doubt yourself a little bit. You
But
know?
my thing
And
is,
social media also plays a big
Of
role.
course.
It has such a fake
I'll
reality,
never
and people
forget.
think that like females really do be waking up like that. Mind you, they
Waking
have
up beat.
so many filters.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is not reality, and it sucks for females that I guess believe in that
It
and think that,
sucks
oh, why
for us
don't I look
natural
like that? Why
sisters.
don't I have this? It's like, girl,
but my
do
thing
you?
is, you know what? Next topic.
Next topic. Okay, Yeezy for president. How do we feel?
negative.
First of all, me and Shayla just had this topic.
First of all, did you guys vote?
Yes,
of course.
That's my girl.
Valid.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, when I first saw that, we started this media indulgence page, right? Page, right?
It's like our own shade room.
Right. It's like news, media, whatever. And when I first saw it, I was like, Joe Biden isn't any better. Trump, we're not even gonna talk about that. A joke. So then I was like, well, I guess Kanye isn't that bad, right? But then, of course, I do research all the time. And then I saw people were saying he's gonna divide the Joe Biden votes, and that's gonna make Trump win. So then I was
Strategy.
like, negative. He's out the door.
That's one and two. Why
and
would
he
you?
said slavery's a choice. Like,
Exactly.
boy,
That's
sit
what I was
down.
about to get on you about. Like, do
What?
you remember that? Like, I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are quick to forget, like, that Kanye, he walks around with a MAGA hat. That's one.
Yeah, he's
Two,
BFFs with
how many
him.
times did he go to the White House this year?
A lot.
Girl,
Well, within Trump's presidency, how many times did he go to the
Girl.
White House? For
His
reasons
whole
we don't care
presidency.
about. He's open to support Trump. It's just, and he said slavery was a choice. Why
But my
would you want
thing
that person in
is,
office?
Also, what we need to realize, and I had a conversation with our favorite professor, Professor Efron. So we were talking about it, and we're like, people were saying the whole time that Trump would never win. How could an entertainer win?
Right.
And then when he says the things that he says, this is the type of things he's been saying his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like somebody's surprised. So when people voted for him, they already knew everything that he did, everything he said.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about it from that perspective, why would it be any different from them supporting Kanye? And you know, it's a lot of younger kids who support Kanye. They wear his Yeezys. They wear everything.
Right.
You know how many females love the Kardashians?
First of all, those slippers are dumb. I'm going to be the one
Girl.
to tell you. Dumb.
Look like a tire that's burned out.
It does. It does
Like-
look like tire material or something.
Like-
It
And
looks,
a lot of his clothes just have so many holes, and I'm like, why are people paying thousands of
Yeah.
dollars to
It's
this?
the moth
You have to
bites.
skip it.
it's to be, what you call it?
Moth bites.
I'm
Give me a
crying.
pair of Yeezy shoes, sneakers, but that's about it.
Nah, but my thing is, like I was saying, and you see how many of these girls support the Kardashians. They
Mm-hmm.
would love to see Kim as first lady.
That's crazy.
They would love it.
Well,
think so.
I kind of, not to say like I'm Team Kim, but I do appreciate her work within the legal
No,
system.
of course.
do
I don't
appreciate it.
I
What,
don't want to knock
Rebecca?
down her hustle. Go ahead, girl. You know, but my thing is, I'm not saying that she should be first lady because of that. I think she should keep doing her social media. I think she's working to be a lawyer now. I don't know. She's doing
That'd be
something.
the
First lady can't be posting thirst traps.
First of all, that's
Exactly.
That's the
Doesn't
first
I've
lady
already
with a
seen the
sex tape.
first lady's whole body.
Yeah.
That's the first
It
first lady with a sex
literally,
tape.
like, how? Like when I think of a
Girl.
president, or at least I used to, it was like high, like the highest of highest. You know, like they can't do nothing wrong. You imagine like that family? Like no.
all we're gonna leave this off on is by saying is
next caller.
If you guys vote for Kanye,
but it's
that's
like I said, Biden's
vote.
not any better. Like he's
not.
better,
But honestly,
he's the
Kanye
safer choice.
a lot of people don't know you can still vote for Bernie.
But it's like that's what.
But he dropped out.
That's what me.
So
and
he didn't drop out. He dropped out of the campaign, but he's still in the race.
But the Democratic people, I
supporting
don't even know what
Biden.
you call them.
And my thing is, but like I said, we talked about research. You could do all the research you can on Trump because everything he's done is so public.
Absolutely, literally.
Biden, you do your research on him. Kanye, do your research on him. Says with rolling eyes. But it's like it's all about like you really have to do deep research because when you look at all these every candidate that's. I feel like
they all have flaws and they're all bad.
Every candidate is terrible to me. Any candidates I've ever seen.
We can have a candidate better than the last.
Of course.
I know Joe Biden also has like
big flaws.
Yeah, so he's not any better, but I just don't think Kanye should be president. And honestly, I don't even know if he's really actually running for president because he's been said that.
He's serious, but the thing is, Kanye is already too late. He already missed like the deadline for like 6 states, so I don't know if it's likely that he can continue, but celebrities are really jumping in and endorsing him. Like, his wife, of course, she did. 2 Chainz,
that don't even count.
He did.
Right.
2 Chainz, even he's supposed to be rescinding like a new vote. Like he voted already, and now he's like gonna vote again.
See, that's the losing. Like, what are you doing?
But this is the problem. I don't even think that our people see like the strategy here. Like, we are not trying to get Trump to win. Of course, Kanye comes in at this time. That's gonna divide the vote.
Right.
People, again, please. Just do your research, and we're gonna leave it there.
But no. Before we leave this topic, I think it's also very important, especially with this Black Lives Matter movement. Don't this is what you really need to be doing. I don't care if you're painting on streets, if you're switching names of streets. I don't care. I mean,
let's talk about it.
Maybe I'm not the best person to speak on that, but it's like. This is where your vote matters. This is where your voice matters.
This is the time, exactly.
So don't be
to speak up.
Don't be going to these paintings. I mean, go. I'm not saying don't go, but it's like your vote is what matters. Exactly. Like just because Kanye is black doesn't mean he's any better.
Girl, and my thing is like I was saying, all three of the 3 people we've been talking about all have their flaws. Right. All have terrible things that are connected to them. People are going to vote for Trump because they believe they can make America great. Question, when was America great?
When was it?
Anyway,
period.
They want to vote for Kanye because they think that having him,
it's a celebrity. It's Yeezy.
Exactly. And people going to vote for Biden because of Obama.
And that's exactly, I think people are definitely going to vote for Biden for Obama. But we just, again, you have to do your research. But I think that we have to do...
And also, Biden over here, he's saying that if he wins for president, he's gonna have a woman as vice president. You know how many females stood up like, yes, we voting for him.
I don't know.
And it's just like I feel like presidency is basically who can chat the most.
Yeah, politics is just also wishy-washy.
Who can make the most?
Yeah, I'm really not into politics too much. Girl, I'm really not to
I wasn't either until
but I
Trump
feel like
became
that's the
president.
problem because a lot of us are not, right? And white people are always there. They will vote. They will be in town halls. They will show up. And a lot of us just do a lot of chatting and talking and I like this.
And voting because it's Democrat and voting because...
And they don't do the research or they just chat. And when it comes to the actual things that actually matter, they don't show up. Right. So then it's like everything that you talked about, everything that you said you cared about, it doesn't really matter because who's at the polls? A majority of the white people. So they're not going to vote to help minorities.
To come back. It's just like...
Exactly.
It's a fall.
And let me not say not all white people are bad, but... That's that on that.
Moving forward, let's talk about building your perfect man, ladies.
Oh my god!
So really fast, not too quick because we're gonna get into it. So I don't want you to jump the gun yet, but really fast. Tell me 3 things you want in your man, your ideal man.
Okay, so we talk about character wise, physical wise, or
you tell me.
Building him,
right? You tell me.
First of all, he gotta be 6 foot and up because if you
6 foot.
Because I'm 6'10", and if you 6'9",
no 6'10".
Yes, I am 6'10".
Rebecca,
I'm 6'10". I'm 5'10".
Not 6'10".
What? Yeah, it took a minute for me to click. I'm like, I'm looking at her like I'm crazy. No, he gotta be.
You're 5'10" though.
Yeah, my dad a tall man.
I'm 6'10".
Okay, so he has to be tall. What else?
He has to be tall. He gotta be chocolate.
Only 3. One more.
And he has to be able to be accountable.
He has to be what?
Be able to be accountable. If
Okay.
you can't be accountable, you can't be with me.
Okay, Shayla. 3.
Only 3 things.
For now, yeah, because we're about to get into it.
Okay, well, definitely melanin. We talked about that. Educated.
Okay.
I can't be
Wow,
with a
I didn't even think about
non-educated
that.
man.
It's see?
And
gonna be great.
The third one, funny.
Wow.
Okay, so
How am I having
Shayla, I think we
accountable
really
a
think
funny
alike
man?
because my 3, I want to have a guy. He has to have a sense of humor because
Yes.
I'm so goofy. Like I cannot be with anyone that's boring. 2, what, Rebecca?
I was like, I want to redo mine.
Oh. 2, I need a guy with some ambition. Like I really don't want anyone who's just sitting and just not trying to do anything with life. That's not cool. Like, okay. And 3, I want a guy who can make me feel protected. Is that okay?
Well, you didn't say black.
Well, by protected, do you mean like?
What?
Well, I think we talked about this on Becky on the blog. I don't know if I should bring it up, but whatever. You said you like a little bit of aggression.
Girl, we're going to get into that.
So is that by protected?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Well, aggression, I mean, when I said it at that on the show, I meant it in a different way. How I'm saying it today, it could.
This is after Corona.
Right.
So the reason why I'm so excited is because I always said how I wanted to like create a website. It's like buildyourman.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, and it's just like,
life.
and then I was saying like, you know, low key, the little joking, like, you know, like and Men in Black, and how they have that thing to wipe your mind. So like you walk into the fine man in the street, wipe his mind, and you get like the order that the female want. And you train them into that.
I'm glad that you're saying that because that's what we're about to do.
do.
I'm about to give you guys $5, and you have to build your man with only $5. So we're going to take some time to think about it.
Girl,
In the
expensive.
meantime, you guys are going to understand soon.
Okay.
In the meantime, this is the time where I would like to shout out and shine a light on my jersey. Shining a jersey spotlight on a New Jersey artist, Safa. If you guys have not heard her voice before, you can thank her for blessing my intro that you heard right before the show started. However, we're going to take this time to shine a jersey spotlight on Safa with her song, We Found Love. Thanks for the song of the day, sis.
We found love, yes we did. We found love, yes we did.
I think this will never get over. Okay, so before we took a break,
I just want to say, I'm ready for this game.
Before we took a break, I told my lovely sisters here to build their perfect man with using only $5. So before I tell mine, I want you guys to tell yours first.
Okay, I'll go first. I have to say the worth of these things are very
Ridiculous.
fake. So faithfulness is worth $3. I think it should just be free, but the way we talked about Lil Wayne and 50 Cent, maybe that's not the case. Good looking, $3.
Girl.
Well, right. And wealthy, $3. Actually, I don't even care about that because I'm going to have my own money.
Wealth.
Right.
Build wealth, absolutely.
We love to hear it. So here's my $5. This is how they will be spent. So $2 is for romantic. I want a romantic man. $1 for smartness. I can't date someone that's not educated. Tall. I'm only 5'3", so you could do that.
Every females like you that irk my soul.
That's
because
fine.
Y'all don't. You.
And my last $1 is for funny. So
My guys are normally
romantic,
short.
smart, tall, funny. That's my man.
Like you 5'2", you don't
Romantic,
need no man
smart,
that's 6 foot.
tall,
Okay,
funny.
5'3", you can take
Okay.
a 5'5" man.
Don't worry about it. He gonna
and
be
leave
my
the
man.
6 foot for
All
the
right.
tall
So what's
girls
your
like
man?
me.
Right, what's yours, Becky?
Anyway, like I said, he got to be tall. That's one. That was a $1 one. I don't understand why faithfulness is 3. But anyway, faithfulness, and he got to be funny. Like I want to be gums and teeth when I'm with you.
Exactly. Like I want to feel like
But-
you're really my bestie.
That's it. You got $5 there.
That's
Rebecca's
my
cheating.
issue.
What?
My issue is now get great in bed is $2. Now I might be just messing with a tree log now, right? He could be faithful but still ugly. That's why he's faithful. And then
No, the ugly men be not faithful too, girls. They don't
but
matter.
my thing is,
You know about that?
No, I don't know about it personally, but trust,
Okay,
it
okay.
happens.
and also for him to have no kids, $1, that's ridiculous. Like I might need a part-time loan because
You made your man is not it.
Okay.
But let's
So
hear
let's
yours.
see.
your man ain't it either.
No, he
So
is.
I chose funny, smart, great in bed, And then my last dollar I spent on no kids because I want my man's kid to be mine. Like his first has to be my first.
I don't like this game.
No, that's fine. But
what did you want? Okay, so what did you want?
If I have to choose my actual man,
right?
Let's see. Like I said, he got to be melanated. Wait, you talking about from the options here?
No, this is just what you want now.
Okay, so like accountability. I'm gonna talk about characteristic wise.
Okay, and then you have to explain.
Be accountable because when you're accountable, that is the sexiest thing to me. When you can hold yourself accountable and hold other people accountable, that is fine. Like fine. Okay. Then he got to be funny. I like somebody who's like quick on his toes, witty, because I'm very witty and I get very slick and I like when people say something bad.
But I've heard opposites attract, so maybe
girl, okay, but nothing bonds like common ground. So anyway,
whatever.
Right?
She's sick.
Okay,
sick of you.
But like I said, like he's witty. I like someone funny. I like me an educated hood man, someone who's book smarts and street
back
smarts.
to the
educated hood.
Okay, like
book smarts and street smarts. Okay, so
well, you know how to shoot the block up, but you also know how to get out the charge.
I don't know about shoot the block up. I don't know about that's smart, but I don't know about shoot the block up.
Okay, girl, not shoot the block.
She said she wants her man to have a record.
A little bit.
What? You serious?
That's what I mean by record. Just
I was
chatting.
I was chatting.
And then she
at
wants
that
12
point.
kids, you guys.
I do want 12
she
kids,
wants 12 kids.
I definitely want 12 kids. So
but she wants her boyfriend to be behind bars.
So what else do you want in your
You
man?
always know where he's at.
Okay, so
you have $5 left to spare. Another $5.
I have okay, so I really want a partner that's faithful.
Of course.
But I feel like that should come without a price. That's like
I just feel like this generation. I don't know.
No, that's the
I'm not
problem.
trying to justify.
Wait, what did this girl say with Waka Flocka's girl?
Oh my god,
Tammy Rivera.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She said something
he
about
said,
he said,
cheating on her made her meaner.
Yeah. I don't
Wait,
know
what did he say, y'all?
He was like saying like when he cheated on her, it made her stronger. It made her stronger and meaner. And that's what he need. That's what she needed to be for the industry. Now, when I tell you, I showed him how mean I could be.
But her coming with that attitude, like you saying,
oh wait, hold on. Let me just clarify because now that you said that, I know
it makes it seem like you have like a.
I'm gonna let you mess up a couple of times before. No, that's not what I mean. I was just saying that this generation isn't ready to be full on faithful, so therefore I will remain single.
But
that's what I said.
My problem is it's not even a generational thing. This has happened for years. This is when people used to be hopping on the back of a horse.
I do feel like
and
it's
they
a
used to be
generational
trottling
thing.
away for 5 months. You think that he was sitting there getting blue balls for you?
Let me tell you why I think it's generational. I think that is generational only because we have social media now, whereas though our parents didn't. So I feel like back then the idea of marriage was like, close to home. A lot of people actually seen marriage within like their homes growing up. I don't know about you guys. Exactly. I haven't grown up with my parents in the same household ever. So that's just that. But I'm saying, I feel like marriage was more like idolized back then, glamorized. I feel like that was like the end goal.
Married.
Whereas though now it's like once you get a baby, that's it.
But my thing is, this is what I was trying to say to y'all, is that it's not a generational thing. It's because you know how many people's moms and dads, how many side siblings do y'all really have? How many half siblings do y'all have? Like
I definitely have 2 half siblings.
Like my one friend, she has 8 different half siblings, and it's just like we can't even sit there and say that this is just a generational
But here's
thing.
another thing. I feel like a lot of females also chat and they say, "Oh well, no, if he cheats once, I'm leaving." And best believe they're back after that one time he cheated. I strongly believe if he cheats once, he will do it again. And
so we're going right back to this. So do you give chances?
No. Even if I
do you give chances? Because let me tell you something. I thought the same thing.
Heart over looking stupid.
See, you say that now.
Going to sleep.
You say that now.
Way too high.
I told my friends they better tie me to the back of a truck and drag me.
No,
because you got to think about it. See, I was once the girl who was the first time. I swear. But does it matter like what he does? Does that matter?
Oh, well, what do we consider as cheating?
Well, for me, I wasn't talking about physical cheating because that is obviously.
So texting.
Yeah, I meant like texting other women
I'm
or like.
thinking straight like you.
Oh yeah, no. That's you're cut off immediately. You're more than cut off.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Like, oh no, it's fine.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I'm just saying like it's for like not petty things because it's still hurtful, but like little things like texting or something or like a rumor or two.
I like to not. I wouldn't. This is not a good thing to say, but I know I'm a very jealous person.
Okay,
so
at least you're honest.
Like, why are you texting somebody? Like, why are you worried about what they're doing?
But what do you do in that situation? Are you done?
It depends.
Oh, babe, it's nothing.
What you doing? Like, whatever. I'll get over that. But don't worry about what she's doing any other day.
Okay. We talking about dropping emojis under like another girl's.
I don't know, because I don't want to stop his life either. Like, I'm not gonna be like, don't like nobody's pictures on Instagram.
I'm not even like, when it comes to the Instagram, you could like somebody's
get
picture.
Mad if your man or the
I said dropping emojis. I feel like you can like other girls' posts. How controlling can you be to tell somebody that you can't like another woman's post?
Like that.
There absolutely are. Females believe that that's cheating, and I think now that's where the nonsense starts.
But if you're dropping heart emojis, why are you doing that?
You're doing too much. Rose emojis, like you're doing too much.
Exactly. You could like it and be about your day. Like, I don't even care. Like, okay, she's wearing a bikini. Okay, he watches people on TV looking like this. So him liking the picture doesn't even matter to me. Because I'm going to like some guy with a shirtless picture. Now he starts wilding on me. I can't sit there and say, oh, he doing too much. If I'm doing the same energy for him.
I don't know.
I
just know I'm a jealous type.
No, you're
and
doing
like,
too much.
if I see
so
you
you're not
active
the jealous
on Instagram
type?
and you haven't replied to me in 5 hours, how you active on Instagram?
I'm not a jealous type. I'm the respectful type. As long as you don't disrespect, I am not jealous. You trying to play me right now because I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a jealous person.
Rebecca will be very jealous. She hasn't had a boyfriend. But when she does have one, I promise you she will be clocking him every
girl.
You can't
just
be like
because
that,
I
Rebecca.
clock you does not mean
I'm just a friend. Imagine your significant other.
Because you be trying to lie.
No.
And you be trying to keep things.
No,
I'm very transparent when it comes to conversation.
No.
That's what I need.
A man is your man. A man is a man. If you're like that with a friend that's just like your friend, hi, a man, you are like, that's your...
You guys want to know something? You guys want to know something that I found out about men?
What?
I found out that if you are on down a man's back continuously about something that they have not done, it gives them motive to do it. Did you know that?
Yes.
Did I just have to find that out the hard way?
You might as well go ahead and cheat or mess with this girl because they already think I did it. Oh, for sure.
I know.
Let me tell you something. I'm not a babysitter, and you're not my kid. You're somebody else's kid. If you want,
I'm not babysitting you as the guy. I'm babysitting my heart.
So let me justify myself to Shayla. So let me turn.
You don't have to justify.
I'm crying. Not even justify because you're trying to play me out to the world, and let me tell you. No. I let you talk. I let you talk. Right. So my turn.
What's up, Becky?
I'm the type of person who's very transparent when it comes to conversation.
Absolutely.
I'm the type of person I like people to reciprocate the same energy that I provide. So I'm the type of person, if you ask me about my day, I'm gonna tell you what I have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including with what I did every minute of every hour, right? I expect the same effort from other people. So when you say you told me about your whole day, okay. And then I find out 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, you were like, oh, I hung out with this person. I'm like, when? And you're like, oh, on this day. I'm like, well, when I asked you about your day, you didn't tell me about that. So then when I start saying things like, so what else are you keeping from me? What else are you hiding? And things like that. I'm seen as crazy and jealous because you're not telling me certain things. No, that's not that. It's that I was 100% transparent with you, so you should be 100% transparent with me.
I feel like that's something that you have to communicate in the beginning.
Right.
And I trust that you're a great...
communicates the same way.
I trust that you're a great communicator because we're Geminis and it's in our nature.
Girl.
So I'm pretty sure.
So are Pisces?
She said y'all emotional backs. Well, either way, I'm saying that I trust that you're a great communicator. However, I feel like that's certain things that you have to like establish before you and the guy
and
begin to.
That's why she thinks that I'm clocking people. It's not clocking people. It's me just needing to know everything because I'm a nosy
That's
person.
bad though. That can be like a red flag for a guy. You feeling like you're entitled to every single move he makes.
It's not that entitlement.
Yeah, but just because you talk that way, you communicate that way, doesn't
that
mean
runs me away.
Trust me,
that would run me away. I had a guy once who needed to know my class schedules, like when I get out of class, when it starts, what are you doing after class, when do you go to work.
Like if it's significant, like there's certain significant things you just should not forget. It's just certain things that you shouldn't forget.
Well, you telling me what boys you hanging out with today isn't really, something that like I'm entitled to know. Like it doesn't.
Depending on the boy, because
well, then if you can't trust him around his friends, honey,
that sounds like you. Oh, why didn't you tell me you were with? I don't even know what name to say.
With Bubba what?
Right. Today.
Why you ain't say you was with Bubba what and his friend? Like
exactly.
But it's like, why'd you leave that out though?
That's a good point because a lot of women do say that.
My
but
thing is, it's like if you ask me,
some guys truly don't try to like manipulate you. Some guys truly like.
But it's like my thing
forgot.
is, and Shayla can't even say that because she's the type of person she questions anything.
Oh, I do.
I tell her one thing. I tell her one
one thing, she'll be like, Rebecca, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, Shayla, what are you talking about?
But you're denying it.
I'm not denying
that
it.
I am.
I'm not a jealous person.
And I
Because
will ask.
for it to be jealousy, I have to have some type of insecurity about something that you're doing.
Not true.
It's not as insecure.
Not true.
I'm very
I can't let that
insecure
one
about
fly.
Okay, so
That
where does
jealousy-
jealousy stem from?
To me, I'm not going to say it stems from insecurity.
myself. If I care about you, I care about you. That's it.
But okay, there's a difference between caring and overly trying to control that situation. Like,
I want to let you know the definition of jealousy because I don't want to leave off of that. Yeah, research it.
Okay,
research
you
it.
talk about
because
it.
I know what I'm about to say. Rebecca's going to twist it and make it seem like that's insecurity. So I have to make sure.
No, girl, I'm with you on this. 2 against we winning this.
Go ahead. You ain't winning nothing. Go
I just
ahead.
feel like a lot of the times it's not even jealousy. It's just the whole I don't want to get in myself in this situation again. Like, you know, a lot of the times we've been in situations in the past and we see like repeating patterns in the future. And it's more so like I'm trying to be on you now because I don't want you to hurt me.
But that's using your past to create judgment in your current relationship.
Don't say create judgment. It's just being aware instead of being.
But I think it's also this goes back to social media and our generation. A lot of men, they could probably be the ones that talk big and bad and I'm this and I don't care about females and you could do this. But behind closed doors, they're all lovey-dovey. I love you. I care about you.
Mm-hmm.
But I see you on social media acting like you were single. Like you're giving me reasons to want to act.
That happens.
But that's not jealousy. That's reasonable explanation.
No, people will
So
say,
what's the
why
definition?
You jealous? Why you
What's the
scared?
definition?
Well, the dictionary definition not doing it right for me right now.
Well, that's
You gotta serve it to us. We got.
They first said the state of jealousy is the state of feeling or being jealous. Like,
Boo. I hate when it does that.
So
What?
it's not doing me any justice right now. And then it says like feeling resentment against someone because of that person's rivalry, success, or advantages.
Nah.
But that's not what we're talking
That's not
about.
that's not the form.
That's why I'm saying it's not helping me right now. But what I'm saying is when it comes to jealousy, it stems from a past experience that you have with other people or something that you feel inside you that you feel like that person might manipulate and it's going to hurt you in the end.
Right.
And that's what it comes from. That's why it's kind of like insecurity. And insecurity isn't something that's like people take it as something that's negative. Everybody has their own insecurity.
I don't think
And
it's that.
Some people
just
make you insecure.
Stems from doubt. It stems from doubt.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Doubt and mistrust. That's where it comes from. So if you honestly are always looking at somebody and you're having some type of doubt or mistrust against something that they're doing, that's where the jealousy stems from. It's basically a feeling like you're just going to be betrayed somehow. Or that person's just going to have you looking stupid. Yeah, so my thing is, your biggest problem is somebody...
Now she's telling me what my
No, I'm saying, when you talk about the jealousy, I'm talking about what you said about jealousy. Your biggest problem is the person is going to do something, you're going to gain some mistrust from them. Mm-hmm. Is that not correct?
I just feel like we all accept different things. Like, just
but answer the question I'm starting.
I think that next week's show, we need to define the breaking point. We need to do the deal breaker. The deal breaker.
Right now, we can tell you what the breaking point.
Well, unfortunately, guys, we only have about 7 minutes left.
and
we have some.
Seconds.
I'm crying. Go ahead, Rebecca. While I actually go ahead.
The breaking point is the point where you feel disrespected more than anybody has ever disrespected you, and what the disrespect that you allow for someone else. That should be the breaking point. Because if I allow certain disrespect from you, that means I should allow it from everybody else. And if I wouldn't allow it from everybody else, that's my breaking point. You did me crazy. You had me looking stupid, and that's where I cut it. Dead.
To get into my breaking point, I would have to really think because we've experienced a lot. So yeah, get into these questions though. So at Coda.duh asks, would you rather know when you die or how you die? I would rather know how. I'd rather know how I die. Maybe I can prevent it. I don't want to know when.
No,
you're not gonna
prevent
it.
Like if I know I'm gonna die by a train, I will never get near a train. I would never.
Come right into the street.
I'm staying in the house.
I want to know what was the question, when or how. I want to know.
Would you rather know when?
So
or
then
how?
I can do everything that I ever wanted to do in my life, and then that's it.
Wow, that's a good way to look at it. You have to choose one. Yes. When or how?
I would prefer to know when, like she said, because it's just like
you gotta do everything.
No, because I was thinking when. I don't want to know how. You think I want to know that? Oh my God, I'm gonna burn in the fire? Because now I'm gonna be scared to do everything. But at least if you know when, you can live life to the fullest. Like
I just can't accept my death. That's all. I just wouldn't be able to accept it.
My mom says this all the time. That's the only thing we know in life for sure.
But my thing is, like I said, we all gonna die somehow. But don't tell me how.
Next question. What are some ways? Oh, this is at West Indies Bliss on Instagram. What are some ways you have been coping with everything that is going on in the world? I'm guessing that this person is referring to
Black Lives Matter,
Yeah,
Corona.
this
like
pandemic. 2020 has been. It's just been a roller coaster.
a lot.
King the call.
It's just been.
You want to start?
How am I
Rebecca?
coping?
Oh, you
Honestly,
let me speak first?
Why am I telling you?
I'm going.
Tell me.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so how I've been coping with everything. So with COVID and everything, I feel like I just look at everybody like they dirty now. So like I'm just extra precautious. Like I'm like hand sanitizer and everything like that, as you should. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like if I'm gonna catch it, I'm gonna end up catching it. Like there's just so much preparation you really do. So it's like I don't really psych myself out with everything. But with the Black Lives Matter, everything that's going on with it,
you gotta keep it short.
It's like I feel like it's fueled the passion in me. Like I just love that everything I'm seeing, and it's just like, and I love that people are wanting more than just settling for what is usually done. Basically, just to feed us and say, okay, y'all are happy now, go sit down.
I still don't feel like we've been justified yet. Just giving us a street name or painting Black Lives Matter in the street does not.
And it's like I love that
arrest
people
the cops.
want more, like people are fighting for more. Like they know they want more and they deserve more, and they're doing that.
Let's
they're
hope
trying to
the
get
momentum sticks.
Next question. How do you feel about Pop Smoke's album at Umema _ asked us this question. Did you guys listen?
Yeah, I did.
Here's what I'll say. I love the song, The Differences, the Genuine sample. What is that? What You Need and The Woo. I love that. And Make It Rain.
The only thing I hate about this is the fact that when an artist dies, that's when like they rise the most, and that's just like
it sucks.
I'm so mad because they should be alive to be seen, especially he was so young, like our age.
My thing is my like thoughts about the album is that he was so young, and I already know if he wasn't dead, his career would have skyrocketed.
He was just at the peak of his career.
It's like my dad is obsessed with him. My dad
it's so sad. I love Pop Smoke now. So for my dad
to like him, I'm like, how do you even know about Pop Smoke? It's like his voice was something different. He was not like. He wasn't like everybody.
Definitely modern day 50, and I love it. I love it. It's different, Okay, last question. What message do you want your audience? Okay, what message do you want to send your audience with your platform at Dollface Ash? So you ladies are also in the media, so this will be the last question.
Go ahead, Shayla.
Well, media indulgence is just news, but honestly, I just want people to be true to who they are as minorities. I always in everything I do or any story I write or any podcast or radio show, anything that I do, I want to emphasize the fact that I am a minority, because I know growing up, my mom still to this day doesn't really understand I'm a communications major. Because in Dominican Republic, a majority of people that are in the females that are in the media industry got their body done, slept with somebody to be a part of the industry. So, it's taking her some time to be like, you went to college for this? Right. So I want other Latinas or other minorities that are growing up to be like, oh no, she is educated. She didn't just get her body done or sleep with a man to be a part of the industry, and just be educated. Education is so important. And I feel like our generation more now than ever thinks just because you have a nice body and your butt is fat that you're gonna make it. And I mean, you can, but I don't want to be known for that. I feel
some type of way on the butt is fat thing.
What do you want?
Natural, but anyway. Next, for me. So basically, the question was,
what do you want people basically
to know about my for my platform?
Becky on the block.
Basically, with my own platform, I want people to know that you can talk about anything that you want. You can feel however you want, and you don't need to justify how you feel. You just need to speak your mind and say what you have to feel, and that you can talk and be truthful without seeming messy. Because a lot of people, once you're truthful, they automatically think you're messy, you're negative, you're this, you're that. But it's just it's not even all about that. Sometimes you're just brutally honest, and that's what that is. And I just want people to accept that being honest isn't always being messy.
Okay. And I just want everybody to know, for Tia MiraB, my platform, the message I want to give off is Jersey has to support Jersey. Nobody's going to help us get up to the next level but ourselves. So if you see someone who's doing the same thing that you are doing, uplift them, collaborate. That's what we should do. We should always be a helping hand. Stop being so stank. It's not about that. Let's network, connect. And that's what it's about. So again, if I leave you guys with nothing else, it's to encourage you to support the next man. Jersey supports Jersey. It's nobody giving you the hottest tea other than your girl MiraB. Stay tuned here and Tap In Radio for Deeper Than Comedy. That's up next. And you're live here with your girl MiraB.
Every day that I keep holding on to you, are fine.